Hey, Brad from Gradual Hall. Today I have a VEVOR hydraulic lift table, and even though I'm using my lift to actually take it out of the box, I always need a lift table, and I'm sure you do too, around your shop to lift some heavy objects. Not that I'm getting like too old to lift stuff, but sometimes it is easier just to slide something onto a table and like lift it up. Never imagined they actually had something like this until I started looking, and I'm like, that's great. Sometimes I have a car on my lift or a truck on my lift, and I just can't lift heavy objects up. For one, to make videos to display to help other people out, but also to help me out. There's been times I've gotten deliveries from Amazon, and sometimes the packages are just so heavy I just can't easily lift them up onto my studio table to display. So this is going to help me out with that, especially if I'm working on a bunch of like small motors and stuff that I do sometimes. I just can't obviously like deadlift them onto a table to work on them at like a good height, and this is the option. Anyway, so this is the box that it came in. It has plastic corners that it came with, which I thought was actually really good. It is heavy. It's probably a two-person lift, honestly, so make sure you're safe. Expectations of that too, delivery wise. I have a porch. They actually delivered this at the bottom of the porch because it was kind of too heavy to get up onto the porch to be safe. Anyway, just so you know those expectations of that for the delivery. And then let's open this box up, and right away you have the manual that's sitting right there. So I mean, looking through, it just gives you a bunch of tips, maintenance issues, parts lists. So I mean, that's really cool. And you drag it to the edge, so I can lift it up so you can see what the inside of the box looks like when you first open it. And it looks like it has some rubberized diamond plate mat. I'm sure it goes on the top. And then let's get this out of the box. And I think the easiest way, oh, and it has some wood pieces here on the side, some foam. I think I'm just going to cut the box on either side and slide it forward. Probably our best course of action here. And there's some parts that are very close to the edge, so just keep that in mind. I think I'll just cut the whole box down around it. And it looks like there's some thin wood on the side here for some extra protection. So like I said, it's a little on the heavy side, so it's a good thing. And it is a heavier cardboard box than the normal stuff. As I rip that down, no problem. Okay, so that gives you kind of an idea of the table itself. Piece of foam, get that out of the way. I think we could probably slide it under its own. And some other pieces of, I don't know what this is. It's kind of like a thin press wood. But like I said, I'm happy to see that this comes, it looks like it's almost assembled too. So let's get this pieces out of the way. Make recycling easier so it doesn't fall apart. So that's a box completely out of the way. Little cardboard. So it looks like it traveled really, really well, which is a good thing. Looks like this spins around. And then this is the handle. Out of the way. Get my handy dandy leather in. I guess I have my table on a little bit of an angle, so I'm going to lock these wheels. Actually, I'll lock both of them. So that's good. That's cool to see. It has a nice little wheel locks on it. And this will tie off. I'll cut this one off. Alright. So let me see at the bottom. Alright, so you got some bolts here that will undo. Let me find out what size they are. Okay, so you need a 17 millimeter for these guys here at the bottom. And they're on, they're snug for sure. Make sure that they travel transportation. Alright. That is that one. This top piece. A little extra leverage. Still on it pretty tight. Ooh. Okay, this one's got, looks like it's got a little bit of rust in the threads. Expected, because I'm sure this came by ship and everything else. Oh, and the foot pedal, that is a, well, let's do one thing first. Alright, so it looks like that is going to go like that. This is going to goes mounted back up underneath. I'm going to say the foot pedal has a 14 millimeter bolt on it. Let me find these holes. Okay, let's work that down. That down. So that was your 17. Now we're going to put the 14 on for our foot pedal. And we'll loosen this up first. And that one's tight. Yeah, that was a little on the tight side, so be prepared for that. That's good, so that way we don't lose any screws during shipping. Now I think we can take that off. And it has a little lock washer on it as well, so super helpful. And then we are almost there. Then we'll put our foot pedal on. And this looks like that might be a little tricky to line a hole up. Okay, I think that's good there. And obviously you want to make sure that you definitely tighten this up really well. Let's do it a little bit by hand first. All right, now start to grab. Alright, so that's good. So now we are set to kind of basically test it out. So that is your foot pedal. Goes out of the way. So obviously I can do this by hand, so that's really easy to do. And then it looks like it has a, it's got a stop on it. It's got two little welded pieces that are there, metal. I probably want to torque it any harder than that because obviously it's not going to go up any higher. And then this is your release handle. That will make that go down. Obviously, nothing on it. Going to go a little slower, a little bit of weight. It will go down pretty fast. But yeah, wow. All right, let's throw some weight on this and see how it handles. And I'll bring this down. And again, I think it's got a little mat. I got to be honest with you, I don't think that's going to stay in place. So I'm going to give that probably a quick spray of some water to kind of like help it kind of like stick to it. You could probably glue it down if you wanted to, tape it down, whatever works for you. Again, it's yours, so you can do whatever you want. So stay tuned. Okay, so I have two 45-pound plates on here, so like 90 pounds. It boasts a 500-pound capacity, so we'll stack some more weight on it. I don't think I'm going to go to quite the 500, just because that's a lot of weight to move. But anyway, give you a general idea. So it's 27.5 inches long, and it is 17.75 inches wide. And at this level to the floor, it's 8.5 inches high. So I'll give you kind of an idea how far off the ground it is. And again, so a little more effort with me to move this by hand. But again, it's a foot pedal, but just kind of give you a demonstration. And let's move it all the way up. So again, I mean, it's moved pretty easy. I love that the locks on the wheels are really stable. Alright, so that is your full height. So full height off the ground. So you're at 28.5 inches. Kind of give you an idea. So even though my tape measure is marked on the back. So 28.5 inches is your max height on that. So I mean, that's a decent height for anything. To kind of, even if you're getting something to counter height. Most counter heights are, I think they're anywhere from 28 to 36 inches high, depending on your workshop or everything else. So if you had to get something onto a workbench, this will definitely get you a lot closer than trying to deadlift it off the floor. And like I said, more weight, so you can control how fast or slow it goes down all the way. Obviously, that's your downward speed. So I am going to stack it a little bit heavier. I'll grab a couple more plates and then stack them on top of it, and I'll bring this a little bit further down so I can actually use the foot pedal because it is getting a little on the heavier side, so stay tuned. Okay, so I have 210 pounds on here, basically two 45-pound plates, two 35s and two 25s, so 210 pounds. And let's get up here with this. And again, foot pedal, super easy, almost no effort at all. If I was doing this by hand, it'd probably be a little more effort to do. But just to give you an idea of how high I want to raise it. Alright, so that's your top, and to kind of give you an idea, I am 5'7" and 3/4. And that's how high it comes up. And so, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you need something to work at a decent height from, this is great. Absolutely love it. And like I said, I wouldn't move it with anything on top of it. So let's drop that down. And then we turn the brake off. And even on my little platform here, I mean, it moves around really easy. So, yeah, this thing is definitely awesome. And that's with one brake on, and it holds that. But no doubt in my mind, it will definitely do 500 pounds again. I'm not going to load it up to 500 pounds. But I think a good working weight, obviously 200, 300 pounds, no problem. Can handle it. Again, I wouldn't move it around elevated unless you're just kind of like, you know, a couple inches here and there moving it into position, because obviously you'll become very top heavy, so be safe and smart. But yeah, Brian from Garageable Hall with you over awesome hydraulic lift table. Pretty cool. And it's a little bouncy because I have it on my lift, just for video demonstration purposes, so we get everything nice and into frame. But yeah, what a great table. Anyway, be safe out there.